Department's investigation of Powell.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says no one is beyond reproach, even the Federal Reserve.
The Department of Justice is investigating Fed Chair Powell. What message should that send to future Fed chairs as the president is about to announce who will succeed Powell?
I think that the message is that independence does not mean no accountability. I've been calling for the Fed to do an internal investigation on numerous things since last spring.
We also discussed the new Trump accounts.
We're going to give every newborn American child a financial stake in the future.
Tax-deferred investment accounts U.S. citizens with a child under 18 can opt into when filing taxes.
For the families who have children between January 1st, 2025 and December 31, 2028, you've got $1,000 coming from the government.
Parents, employers, and nonprofits can make contributions in any Trump account up to $5,000 annually. If the government's initial $1,000 deposit is left alone, it could grow to $5,800 in 18 years. But by contributing the maximum, over $300,000.
How are you going to prevent the wealth gap from widening with this program?
Well, I think that is a terrible criticism. It shows how out of touch anyone who says that is. Because if they say only $5,000, these are families, huge number of families in America wouldn't have $500 to meet a medical emergency.
If they aren't able to go out and pay for college, to go buy a home eventually, if it hasn't really meaningfully changed their ability to do that, would you call this a failure? Or is there a different way that the Treasury measures success in this particular program?
As I said, so many Americans couldn't even meet a $500 emergency. So maybe people just put it away and it's a rainy day fund.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger is with us now. Good morning, Dalla Jill.
Good morning.
Okay, so you just heard the Treasury Secretary talk about the Trump accounts. What's your read on what parents need to know and how this is all going to work?
If you had a baby last year and you're going to have one in the next 3 years, take the $1,000. This is fantastic, right? I mean, it is free money.
Something's better than nothing.
Absolutely. And what we also know is that the money grows without any taxation. So, if you have money in the bank and you have an interest payment, that's taxable. These accounts are not taxable until you take the money out or until the beneficiary does. So, it's very interesting to me that there's a way to have this money grow. Think of it more like your kid's account, like as if it were an IRA. Hasn't been taxed yet. When you take it out, the tax is due at whatever the tax bracket is of the kid. So all this is good news. It may not be a game changer, but something's better than nothing.
And we hear a lot about the 529. Compare this.
Well, this is really a little bit more flexible in some ways, but if you're saving for education or maybe potentially for a little retirement, I much prefer the 529.
Okay.
First of all, the money that goes into the 529, you don't get a deduction federally, but basically some states are giving you state income tax deduction, and that's great. The money grows without taxation. When you take it out for education, whether it's secondary school or college, no tax due at all. So it makes it a much better plan. And also any unused 529 plans can be rolled into a Roth IRA for the beneficiary up to $35,000. So I think the 529 is a little bit stronger of a vehicle if you're putting money in yourself. Again, the $1,000 from the government's great, but before you put your contribution into that new account, I would really look at the 529.
Yeah, I think that's a helpful comparison. And I like your thoughts on this. I mean, something's better than nothing, but if you aren't able to continue contributing to it, it's not going to grow to that big number we did show on screen. Before I let you go, we talked about the interest rate decision, Powell. I talked to the Secretary about that. What is this going to mean for consumers, right? Because we had a hold. It was unexpected.
Right. I mean, if you're a borrower, it's going to continue to cost money to pay that credit card balance. The auto loans are remaining high. Personal loans remain high. If you're a saver, hey, go and lock in those CD rates. They're still pretty juicy, 3 or 4%. So try to do that. No checking account money. Put it in a high-yield savings account. You're still getting good interest. So something for borrowers that is not so good, but the savers do actually get more money in their pockets.
All right. Appreciate you, Jill. Thank you so much for the context. And you'll be able to watch our extended interview with Secretary Bessent when it's posted today on CBSNews.com and our CBS Mornings YouTube page.
All right, coming up, a man accused of conspiring with his au pair to kill his wife and a stranger takes a stand in his own defense at his own trial.